So welcome to our new unit. We actually moved here February, but it's taken a little bit of time to get set up and get sorted. So as you can see, we have invested in 2 lifts. The reason why is because we had a little bit of lead times on getting customers in for bookings. So obviously with 2 lifts, we can do more work and less lead times. Obviously we're taking on more staff, so should all help. Come over here, we've got 2 mandrel benders. We have one set up for 3-inch for the bigger high flowing systems, and then we have the other small blue one that's set up for the smaller tube for like your everyday cars, your Seats, your Golfs. But yeah, that's the benefit now with this unit. We have now the space for 2 machines. Got a lot more space in the cutting area and a lot more space to keep more tube. So that was the whole purpose of moving into this unit, was to be more efficient and make everything a lot nicer, cleaner, so we can like kind of offer better products and just really offer new products and do more continuous development all the time. Got our laser. Our laser's always set up. That cuts our flanges, our sill plates, and that gives us now more area, so we can come straight in with a forklift, pick the metal up, straight in. So it's all about efficiency, all about flow with this new unit. 5 now welding bays. We used to just have 2 or 3, but now we've got set up for 5 bays so we can just keep on top of the orders. Lead times are a lot less now. We created a special bespoke grinding room has all got proper extraction in there, so that no dust now should go anywhere outside that room, so everyone's cars are all nice and clean, and then the parts are not dirty, so there's less cleaning of the parts, so that's a lot nicer in there. So we got a special downdraft table, so when we're cutting, grinding, anything that gives off any sparks, it gets sucked straight in here. So, and with this room, it contains all the dust and the dirt. We've got proper extraction now for the linisher. We now have just invested in this, and we use this to level and surface flatten all the flanges, so there's no warping now with this new machine. Also got our laser now set up in a nicer position where we can laser etch all our tube. So we now have this all set up a lot nicer. We always like to brand everything up just so everyone knows it's always from us. And it's also quite good because if you're going under a car and you bought the exhaust, well, the car with the exhaust, you can obviously see that's ours. So if you need any help or anything, then you know. So we've also invested in a special dispatch and inspection room. So I'll go show you that. So this is our dispatch and kind of inspection room. Here, all the orders come here. They go on the rack. Then the boys wrap them up and then they go over there, ready for the couriers to collect. So this makes things a lot nicer. So clean parts aren't then getting dirty from the grinding dust. They're just in a separate room, checked, wrapped, and then ready to go out. So that was one of the whole purposes of getting this unit, was just to make everything more efficient and just to make everything flow just so much nicer. Footrests and sill plates, so we keep all them kind of now in a nice contained area. Stuff can get laser cut straight in here, wrapped, they're ready for dispatch. So it's all literally just about flow. So this isn't all what we've got going on here. We've also got loads more in the other half upstairs, which we'll now go take a look at. Got this portion for downpipe, and we've got this motorbike in here. This is a special custom built one. The customers kind of pieced together loads of parts from different bikes and made this kind of like special cafe racer style. Here we've got this 2.5 litre turbo portion. It's in for a downpipe, so we've obviously got to go from there all the way to there. Needs a sports cat, and that's here for a couple of days, so we've got to get that done, and that should sound a lot nicer. That should be a lot better. A lot more free flowing. Obviously the Porsche exhausts, they're really small. They're like 2-inch, just over 2-inch. So that'll breathe a lot better. That'll make a lot more power, because I know these are quite restrictive. constantly doing custom work, constantly. And obviously with the 2 lifts, there's so much more benefit because you can leave one car up on the lift, start the other one, and just go back and forward between the 2. It's actually quicker that way. Just much more efficient because you just get so many more cars in. And that was one of the complaints we used to have, is the lead times for custom work. But obviously now we've reduced that quite a lot. And obviously with that, we can employ more people, get more staff. It just makes everything a lot nicer and more efficient. Let's go check upstairs. I will show you everything else we've got going on up there. So this is a little bit of a work in progress, this area, but we keep all our flexies all on the shelf. We've probably got about 300 flexies on the shelf. We keep all our bends all on the shelf. We like to keep everything in stock ourselves, so we're not relying on anyone else. There's no delays, so everything should be done and sorted all in-house. We have our own powder coating booth, our own powder coating oven. So instead of relying on external companies to powder coat, we actually now do it all ourselves. Just so everything's in-house, we can make sure the quality is good. We do custom colours. We have our own colours and everything here. We can do other colours as long as we've got the RAL colour code. We can kind of really do whatever colour you want. Bead blaster, so we've got our own bead blaster to bead blast the parts ready for coating. And then these are the compressors, dust extraction for the laser down below. So we've got some tips on the shelves. So when we do custom orders, we like to have a choice of tips, let the customer pick what tips they want, from carbon to polish to more carbon. We kind of have these all ready to go. So whenever someone wants to come in for an exhaust, we can say, like, well, what do you want? And they can have a quick pick. Most of the time, everyone wants the big 5-inch, 4.5-inch carbon ones. We have all our clamps all on the shelf now. We've obviously got more space to stock stuff, so we've increased the quantity of clamps. So we're not waiting for them because they actually come from Spain, so we can now keep a high quantity. Here we keep all our res deletes and like back box deletes already pre-made. So one of the issues at the old unit was just storage. We had like such a struggle because it was so much smaller. We had a struggle with storage for the parts. So now we've still got utilised some of this space, but we obviously can keep so many more pre-done. And then all they need is just buffing, cleaning, a little bit of welding, and they should be ready to go. But with that, we can obviously, now we've got more space, we can make new products, do more development, and just kind of really try to do every car we can do. So we have 2.5-inch, 3-inch, more 2-inch. Try keep all our boxes, all our wrapping and dispatching spare stuff up here. So that's all ready to go. And then in here, we actually have a 3D printing room dedicated. Here we've got seven here. These are always printing, flat out. These print like our intake scoops, our brake ducts for the Yaris GR. There's loads more things we're kind of working on. We're kind of working on printing ASA now, ABS, kind of the more higher temp materials. We've got this one. This one's kind of printing our jigs. So obviously now with more space, we can print jigs to make exhaust in instead of stocking big metal bulky ones. So we'll 3D print all our jigs. So that'll save some time. And then also if they ever get damaged, instead of a metal one, you can't really replace it or make a new one easily. So with that, we just click print and we print new jigs. But this is nice, it's all contained, there's ventilation, there's a fan. It's got aircon in here so we can raise up the temp of the room. So, pretty good. Here we've got our main office. This is where all the designing and the drawings happen. So here is where we've designed our caliper plates for the i30N. The stock one is made out of like cast aluminium and they always snap. So we 3D printed one to test fitment once we've drawn it, and then we then have made obviously our own ones, which are a lot nicer and a lot better. Then obviously I think Adam's been working on the BMW 120D dual exit back box. So he's been making a jig for us, like what I explained in the 3D printing room, but obviously now we've got more space, took a designer on, and we can, draw things up and just make everything a lot nicer, a lot better. Here we've got Ralph, office dog, but yeah, everything's a lot more efficient, a lot nicer. Obviously, constantly trying to develop new stuff, constantly trying to improve things and just grow the business. I hope this gives you a good insight to what goes on here and what we're now doing here. If this is the type of thing you kind of want to see, then let us know in the comments below and there's something we'll do. So thanks for tuning in and we'll see you on the next one.